In response to questions from members of the House of People's Representatives, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed emphasized that Ethiopia's success in agriculture, industry, and services has been driven by extensive efforts since the country's transition. With an optimistic outlook, the Prime Minister expressed confidence that Ethiopia is on track to achieve an overall 8.4% growth by the end of the 2017 budget year. He also highlighted that the country has already achieved an impressive 8.1% growth over the past 8 months.
The government is committed to executing the ambitious 10-year plan for Ethiopia's economy, driven by a vision of progress, hard work, and determination. The aim is to implement both a 5-year and annual sector-specific plans in an expedited timeline, despite the unexpected and unforeseen challenges, including man-made and natural disasters. International financial institutions had initially projected a growth rate of just 4.2% for sub-Saharan Africa. However, Ethiopia has defied these projections, achieving an impressive 8% growth. The country is now targeting 8.4% growth for the year. The performance over the past 8 months indicated that Ethiopia is poised to exceed its goals with outcomes that surpasses any seen in the nation's history. Achievements that have never been reached under previous administrations. This progress reflects the government's ongoing commitment to economic transformation and development.
Prime Minister Abiy also announced that Ethiopia has expanded the agricultural land lot coverage for smallholder farmers to 20.5 million hectares this year. This includes a target of 300 million quintals of wheat to be harvested, with no less than 7.7 million hectares already covered. He further highlighted that coffee production has generated $1.2 billion so far, with efforts underway to reach $2 billion. In total, Ethiopia has earned $4.5 billion from export this year, underscoring significant achievements in the country's agricultural and export sectors.
Agriculture, one of Ethiopia's large sectors, has seen significant growth, with the coverage of smallholder farmers increasing from 17.5 million hectares to 20.5 million hectares of land. This represents a substantial change in the sector's development. Notably, the area covered by cluster farming has expanded from 8.7 million hectares last year to 11.8 million hectares this year. In terms of crop production, Ethiopia has planted wheat on 4.2 million hectares during the winter rains and 3.5 million hectares through summer irrigation. This effort has positioned Ethiopia as a leader in Africa in agricultural development. Additionally, Ethiopia's coffee sector has performed exceptionally well, generating $1.2 billion so far, with expectations to reach $2 billion by the end of this year. This progress underscores the country's growing performance in agriculture and exports.
In the industry sector, Prime Minister Abiy also reported a significant increase in production capacity, rising from 47% to 61%. He also highlighted that 55 factories have begun operations this year, further boosting the sector's growth and contribution to Ethiopia's economy.
In the industrial sector, a dedicated committee has been established to address constraints and ensure that the sector becomes as effective as agriculture. One key development is that Ethiopia is now able to meet the entire necessary product requirements locally. From start to finish, recently the country has demonstrated significant potential in industrials like ceramics, granite, and marble, with products being produced not only for domestic consumption but also for export. These advancements, along with initiatives in textile and food factories, indicate that the industrial sector is poised to make a significant impact. The production capacity of factories has increased from 47% to 61%, and more than 55 factories have started operations this year alone. Additionally, over 120 new factories have been licensed.